what is BYD doing differently than Tesla?
I think they've really had this very consistent playbook of we're going to give consumers a really broad range of vehicles. We're not going to be dogmatic about battery electric vehicles only. We're going to offer plug-in hybrids as well. I think the fact that we've seen as a sort of global trend, even in places like China, where battery electric vehicles, it's many multiples of what gets sold anywhere else in the world. Even there, we're seeing some slowdown in terms of the take-up of fully electric vehicles, and we're seeing a real acceleration in demand for plug-in hybrids. And BYD has been on the sort of leading edge there, offering extended range electric vehicles, which if you think back to sort of the Chevy Volt that General Motors brought out more than a decade ago, it's sort of similar with that kind of technology where an engine is never directly powering the wheels, and their ability to offer both plug-in hybrid and fully electric vehicles at extremely affordable prices has allowed them to achieve scale that Tesla can only really dream of at this point.
I know Jim Farley, for one, is pumped about those e-revs. So having an engine on board that simply powers the battery and doesn't power the wheels. We'll start seeing those come out of Detroit soon, I think, as Dodge is going to put out a truck, an e-rev truck. Craig, what about the money being raised in China? I noticed that BYD has raised more than $5 billion in a secondary offering. I see that Xiaomi is looking to raise more than $5 billion in a secondary offering. I mean, coming from a New York perspective where IPOs are not on hold, but fairly slow, Hong Kong looks like it's absolutely on fire. This just helps the Communist Party to power ahead on EVs in a way that it's not possible for us to do here in America.
I think that's absolutely the right read. I mean, we did see, a few years back, Tesla raise at an incredible rate. When they were really sort of getting their momentum with the Model 3 and the Model Y. I think Tesla went from being this company that was really struggling to sort of stand on its own two legs, and they really sort of achieved escape velocity, and in the process of doing so, tapped Wall Street for an awful lot of money. We also did see, a real sort of active, environment for, when you think back to the likes of Lucid through the SPAC market, or Rivian through an IPO. So I do think that we did sort of go through this spurt of activity in the U.S. But to your point, we're seeing this with Xiaomi, we're seeing this with BYD. I think I would add to that even CATL as well, looking to do a second offering in Asia. So we're seeing a real acceleration of these major players in that space, raising an awful lot of money, even by terms of big automotive companies that are very cash hungry.